welcome to Bogside Chats. We're talking everything DeFi Kingdoms, but keeping it casual. I'm C9N. Join with me is the whole Bogside crew. France, how you doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here. A lot to talk about tonight.
Hi, how you feeling?
Well, my Gen1's going to tell you how she's feeling. Not great, but that's okay.
Matty, what do we got on the agenda for tonight?
Well, I'm happy that we got the audio on that, first off. But yeah, we got a ton on the agenda. Big AMA today. Before I get into all the details, though, Franz, you had some stuff you wanted to get out up top, right?
Yeah. A few housekeeping notes. What's been going on in the world of Bogside here? So we have 3 things that we wanted to mention. First of all, we hired an intern, so that's fun.
Hired is a strong word, but okay.
True, unpaid internship. But no, we have someone working with us now that.
Wait, hold on. It's a friend of ours who's helping us out.
All right, you're ruining the illusion here.
I don't want people to think we actually have an intern.
Fair enough. But
his
he knows how to
way above mine. But sorry,
he knows how to make bots and do things like that. So we made a Twitter bot. It's called the handle is at DFK Carver Alerts, as in Stone Carver, and it's very simple. It's going to tweet out every time that the Stone Carver arrives in Serendale. This came from us missing the Stone Carver multiple times and having to buy stones for inflated price through the market. So we definitely wanted to get on that. So yeah, give it a follow. It's only going to tweet that one time a week or so you can put notifications on, and it's going to be great.
You said it was at DFK Carver Alerts?
At DFK Carver Alerts, that's right. And also give at OX Bogside Intern a follow as well, the creator of it. Next announcement, so we did a little Twitter giveaway. Right. A lot of you might have seen. We will be drawing the winner for that at the end of the pod tonight. So what we'll be giving away is a free summon with our Gen Zeros, a guy in my Gen Zero. So 2 legendary Gen Zeros, a Thief and an Archer, and you get the summon.
I can get in on that?
No, you can't. The intern can.
I know the owners.
So that's the second announcement. Third, real quick, we are going to be having another Fight Club tournament. We're teaming up once again with the Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms and with Tylus in the Fight Club, the creator of Fight Club. We're going to be teaming up with them to present another tournament. Hopefully we get a little bit bigger of a turnout this time. Last time went great. So, yeah, that's what we have. Now we can get on to the important stuff.
Right. But quick, what was the prizes last time for the tournament?
Oh, right. So last time it was a uncommon Gen 2 Seer. So, good, not great. But this time it will be...
Come on, don't shoot it down.
Well, it was a hero. It was great.
Right. Yeah, free hero. Probably something similar for the next one? Or
this time it will be a summon with the Gen Zeros, similar to tonight's giveaway. That's going to be the answer for a lot of giveaways in the coming future. But no, a little bit more enticing of a prize. Mean Machine walked away with the win last time around, so he'll be defending his crown. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I got smoked in the first round, so I'm looking for revenge.
You didn't even make it to the second, amateur. Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Great. On to the important stuff.
All right, so today is August 25th. Massive AMA today where the team finally laid out the plan for moving Serendale off of the Harmony Network and onto Clayton. It's called Clayton Network. Do we know that for sure?
Sure, go with it.
Okay. This was teased last week. They gave us that it was Clayton. But this week they did a super extended AMA. It was almost 2 hours where the whole executive suite, Dreamer, Frisky, Hubert, who else? There was a ton of people up there. It was mainly Frisky and Dreamer talking, but the whole executive team was up there. Where they walked through this proposal to move us from the Harmony Network to the Clayton Network. Before I go any further, did you guys watch the whole thing live or just follow up after?
Listened live, yeah.
Or, yeah, whatever. What did I say?
Yeah, I was pretending to do work at my job and was doing
That's
this
good.
instead. It was
Mhm.
a lot more fun.
Yeah, I made it 70-80% through, so I missed the end of it, but did see the notes as well.
Yeah, as always, thanks to Sandwich Punch for getting those notes out there very quickly. Otherwise, there'd be a lot more guessing on this podcast right now.
I mean, it's pretty much a speculative podcast, anyways. But yes, shout out to Sandwich Punch for publishing those right after the AMAs. All right, so I'm going to go through like a couple things here, like right off the bat, that are kind of quick notes on this new Serendale, or Serendale 2.0, as I've been calling it. They said it's not going to be like a exact copy paste. There's going to be some slight art changes, some slight like theme differences because it's the Clayton network instead of Harmony. The bigger news for like the actual gameplay stuff is there are going to be 2 new basic classes. And with them is going to come a new advanced class, and then with that, it's going to match up with the shapeshifters, and there's going to be a new elite class, which is very cool. So 4 new classes added
Get those
to the game.
shapeshifters.
I know. Will be exciting. The Frisky did hint that it's going to be a kind of more Asian theme. You know, this network is in Korea, so I think, you know, a lot of people are guessing like samurai or other kind of like Asian themed classes.
Like a ninja, yeah.
I mean, we already have a ninja. But yeah, something like that. I don't know what it's going to be. There's also going to be some new Gen Zeros that are either given out or bought as part of this new move over to Serendale 2.0, which then will, of course, lead to, or the classes will lead to a new Gen Zero reroll, which is exciting for anybody who has a Gen Zero, possibly changing your the genes up. Big question everybody asked is there going to be a perilous journey? Meaning, like, is there going to be some hero burn? The team hinted maybe there'll be some sort of something, but weren't really definitive on that.
I thought they leaned closer to no, there wouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me, too.
Maybe I'm just being hopeful with my answer there, but
Okay.
I think it's pretty clear that it's not going to be a perilous journey, but I think they hinted at maybe other burning. They're thinking about burning mechanisms or some vague thing like that.
Dark summoning and things like that.
Yeah. There's a new token. We don't know the name of it yet, but it's going to be from the Clayton network, and it's going to be on the Serendale 2.0. And we're going to talk about the tokenomics a little bit later, but I just wanted to throw that up top there. We don't know the name of it yet. So it's Clayton, and like they have a token already called Clay. But I don't think that's going to be the name of this in-game token. You know, they had a placeholder in of just KPT, which is what's it called?
Clayton Power Token.
Clayton Power Token. But do you guys have any guesses on what this new token might be called? I mean, based on, you know, we got Jewel, we got Crystal. Any guesses of what this new one will be called?
I mean, Ruby, Sapphire. I don't know how many different kinds of jewels can you name.
And well, with Clay though, I feel like
I feel like
Emerald.
Yeah, Emerald.
Emerald would be good.
Isn't
I mean, that's
Jewel
another
kind
green
of an
one.
emerald? Yeah.
Jewel's
Green.
already green.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Clay is fine. Just call it Clay.
It would be fitting then if it's Sarah.
Oh no, but it's so to be clear, it's different from the Clay
Yeah, I guess
token.
that's a good
I'm
point.
envisioning more of a jewel to one kind of relationship as far as this token to Clay. And we'll see as far as how it works out with gas if jewel is used. We'll get into that a little bit later. So like it might not be exactly the same relationship.
Yeah, so it'll have a different name, obviously, than it won't be called Clay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And like I said, we're going to talk about tokenomics in a little bit. Some other final notes here. Serendale, the move is going to be slowly in pieces. So like the Harmony stuff is going to slowly, they're going to shut down the portal, shut down the quests. Like it's going to be piece by piece until finally there's just nothing functioning in Harmony. And then after that, they will open up the Serendale 2.0 on Clayton. Now, there was mention during the AMA that there will be some sort of gap in between. They didn't say days, weeks, months. I got the impression, I think it's going to be short. I think it's going to be, I don't know, I'm thinking in the days category. But did you guys hear that part of the AMA? What do you think about that?
Yeah. if it was the fact that you even mentioned months, like it sent a shiver down my spine. I would really hope that's not the case. I don't know. I see it being under a month. I could see like maybe 2 weeks, and then they say, "Hey, a few more bugs. We're gonna push it out a few more,"
Sure.
and it goes into that third week. But like, with everything we've gone through, that's fine. Just get it right. Like
I know.
I'm okay with. If that's the time frame, I'm very much okay with it.
Yeah, I'd be super happy with that time frame. But I think you're right. I think it's going to be like 3 weeks or so, a couple weeks. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
see.
they didn't seem too stressed about it. It was sort of an offhanded comment about that there will be some sort of gap.
Well,
But
so the thing I thought was interesting, and you might have just mentioned this, so sorry if I'm repeating it, but it's they mentioned that it's not going to be kind of this phased approach.
well, yeah,
like
sorry, I
the
should have
Tokenomics was.
specified. The Harmony send off will be phased, but the Clayton opening will not be, and it'll be good to go
Right.
as soon as you open the package.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
So
I think
that's
will be interesting. I'm hopeful, you know, and excited, but I would hate for that not to work out because that's a sweet plan. I really like that.
Well, it is sweet if they're going to be able to do this in a short time frame, like
Yeah.
having a ready-made product in that amount of time, and then being able to spit out updates on that same time frame. Really excel this game. It could be really, really good.
Well, and I do want to jump in here with this. This wasn't in the notes, but I think this isn't a surprise. The Clayton Network, from the brief research that I've done, seems like it's going to be exactly what we're looking for. Like I haven't seen anything, and I'm not a tech person, so I don't. My expertise is just what's available kind of online and my basic understanding. But it seems like it's a network designed for blockchain gaming, and it's going to go very smooth. I mean, I don't think anyone's questioning that. You know, we have questions about the tokenomics and some of these other changes, but the network itself seems like it's going to be perfect. I mean, you guys agree with that, or?
Yeah, and to C9N's point about it being kind of ready to go out of the box, we've talked about how Christabel was rolled out a lot on this pod, but I think they did themselves a disservice by not having more to do on it because the excitement was there, and then it slowly faded over the following weeks, months. The excitement's going to be there again, and it sounds like they're going to be able to capture that excitement a little bit more this time around. So I think it's great.
Good point. Really good point.
Right. All right. So we're going to get into tokenomics. I know I keep saying that, but one final point here I want to make. There was an interesting part of the AMA here, or at least I thought it was interesting, where Dreamer really broke down why they went with Clayton and why they didn't go with some other popular networks. Most specifically, Polygon. That's the one that's been kind of repeated over and over. So he sort of shared this, and then Bolin kind of shared more information on the Discord chat. Basically, Polygon Network went to DFK and said, "We love this product. We love it. We want it all. Like, we want the entire game to be on the Polygon Network. Drop any other network that you're working with and just exclusively be with us." Which was a bold, I think, offer from Polygon, but also shows how bullish they are on the game. And it gets me amped up because it makes me bullish too. But I thought this was a really interesting story and kind of a sneak, behind the curtain of what they're doing and how this process is going.
Can't blame the DFK team after everything that's happened with Harmony to want the multi-chain diversity in the long-term
That's a good
solution
point.
of their product.
No, totally. I think, and Franz, you were saying this. I think the team spent a long time making this decision. I think that shows here with this little story of
yeah,
they went through a lot.
Yeah, and it's what I was saying is, hats off to Frisky and Dreamer and everyone else involved because I think with how bad things were, that they were already bad before the Harmony hack, and then that made it so much worse. It would have been very easy for them to just take the first solution, the solution that paid the most, which it sounds like was Polygon, but that would have been going away from kind of the ideals of the game and what they've been trying to build. And I think they made the hard decisions and kind of stuck through it. And,
And
like I said, hats off for
Christian
that.
said many times now, and they're not looking to do what's easy. They're looking to do what's right. And borderline, they're looking for the difficult things that should yield better returns or be the more innovative solution long term in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question. I think, and two, also, I'll just add to, they definitely suggested that Polygon will still be part of the picture. They said that Polygon, even though this deal fell through, are still interested in DeFi Kingdom. So I think it's pretty exciting. And I'm fairly confident. I think it's fair to say we'll see Polygon in the future as part of DeFi Kingdoms.
They'll probably be the next realm.
Yeah.
Something that I like that Dreamer said is like, hey, we're done with new realms for a little while. Like we want
Yes,
to
that
build
was-
with what we
yeah.
have, because that, I mean, hearing Polygon might be next or that they will be in the future, great. But if that became the next focus,
Exactly.
it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my god, give us a game, you know?
Yeah,
But it seems
don't
like
give me more
they get that.
inflation. Don't give me more tokens. Give me a game
Right.
that I can go play.
Yeah. So, but it seems like they get that. They're on the same page there, so that's great.
Mhm.
Right. So that's sort of all the stuff about Serendale 2.0, all the notes I had. Obviously, I highly recommend everybody go check out the Sandwich Punch article and this sort of one-page description that the team has set up. That you'll see if you go on the Discord, it's everywhere. It sort of breaks down everything in
we'll
terms of
tweet
like
that out, too.
Serendale. Yeah. So the big part of this, and the kind of really exciting thing that everyone's talking about online, is the tokenomics. So this is it's interesting. It's complicated. It's not too complicated that we can't understand it, but
That's always good.
Is it?
Well, yeah. Hold on. I spoke too soon there.
Well,
Speak
wait,
for
before we
yourself.
get started, let's give
Yeah.
a loud, resounding, not
Yes,
financial advice.
Not
Like,
financial advice.
you know, feel the
Not
need to do
math
that.
wizards. 2 + 2
No.
might equal 5. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, I think what I want to try to do is explain in very kind of simple terms, how I understand it as a non, tech savvy person. Or I shouldn't say that. I mean, I know a lot about crypto, but basically,
I'm really smart, guys.
guys, I'm pretty smart. Okay. Do people know what ESQ at the end of your name even means? Or never mind. So the biggest change, Joule is basically changing its function. Instead of being one of these power token that sort of is the gameplay, the token that you use to like do the transactions in games or buy heroes or basically do anything in the game, it's moving away from that. It is no longer going to be a power token. Instead, it's going to exclusively be a governance token and sort of the fee distribution, in-game staking token.
That's bearish Joule, right? Must be.
Well, I mean, in general, it sounds on its face to be less functionality, less day-to-day use. However, what they're doing is drastically, what's the word?
Decreasing the supply.
Decreasing. There we go. Decreasing was the word I was looking for. Drastically decreasing the supply. 3/4 are basically no longer going to be Joule anymore. So it's going from a max supply of 500 million to 125 million, which will jack up the price hypothetically, right? If the market cap stays the same. And it's going to be, again, more of like the staking token that's in the game. So thoughts on this just in general of Joule going from the day-to-day gameplay token to this kind of secondary staking token.
Yeah, and my comment about that must be bearish Joule, it was kind of tongue-in-cheek, right?
No, I know,
Because,
yeah.
Because that's initially what I thought. I sold a bunch of Joule for Crystal right when this got announced. That did not
You
work
literally,
out.
like, mid-sentence, right? Like, they were like...
Yeah, no, I rushed.
There was like, and we're burning half the Joule. Like, you, like, missed that second half of it.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But anyway, no, but the other kind of part of this, right, is that emissions are going to stop for Joule on Harmony, and they're not going to start up anywhere else because of the new token coming into existence. So Joule is now deflationary. How deflationary? Time will tell. Now the kind of burning of Joule on DFK chain becomes that much more important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of a one-side equation now. It's not emissions versus burn. It's just burn. So I think that's great. Having it as kind of so I was comparing it before to Illuvium, what they do with their ILV token. It's staked as kind of a revenue distribution type of thing. They didn't go as far as saying RevDiz for this, but it will be getting the lion's share of the fees.
Right. They said governance and fee
Mhm.
distribution. Revenue distribution is kind of a different path that Alluvium is doing with their token. And then actually say Alluvium has a separate token that is, they call it, there's Alluvium and then synthetic Alluvium. The synthetic Alluvium is the in-game token that you use to buy items and whatever. The game's not out yet, but hypothetically.
And that's why we bring it up, because that's
Yeah.
what we know, and it seems similar in that way, that there's going to be kind of a gameplay token and this governance token. The cool thing that so when I first heard that, I was thinking, oh, like the supply is getting cut drastically, but it seems like the utility is getting cut too. But they also said that it's going to have in-game utility in the form of airdrops, which they haven't done in a while, but there was a stretch there where you had to be holding X Jewel because there were airdrops often, right? And then he also mentioned X Jewel unlocking certain aspects of the game, maybe parts of the map, maybe getting you better rewards for completing the same tasks as someone with less X Jewel. So that there's going to be use there. There's going to be a reason to hold it.
Well, that was a very interesting part. I mean, did you catch what he referenced in regards to that?
Oh, is that the League of Legends?
That was League of
reference?
Legends, yeah. League of Legends has a sort of battle pass system, very similar, and you can buy the elite, super elite, whatever. I don't play, so I don't know, but it gets you more or less things, in the game.
So this would be their version of like a Game Pass almost.
Yeah.
And the last thing, just to kind of round this out, he also mentioned that you'd be able to stake your X Jewel at a higher weight if you lock it up for longer. So they're incentivizing people to keep it, to hold it, and to, it's very hard when you see something that you can add weight to with time to not go for that full weight and think like, I'll lock it up for a year. Who cares?
Well, especially, I mean, I think all of us, jumped into crypto in 2017 in that bull market, and you sort of realize, there's quick bucks to be made, but also, letting it sit somewhere is also a good plan too,
Yeah, especially when you're bullish on something, and it seems like we all are on this. So if you're seeing it through, might as well get that extra weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, all right, what's the long-term utility of Joule going to be? Can they keep up enough use cases? Who's the current owners of Joule and X Joule? They're all going to have some levels of sell pressure unless there's enough incentives for those people to keep holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and do the incentives? And this goes back to some of our older podcasts where we talked about airdrops and how they were weighted towards whales, and they kind of have to be to an extent. Yep. But this is the kind of thing where if I'm a small fish in the pond holding 25 X Joule, is it even going to be worth it for me? And I mean, does DFK care if that 25 gets held? I mean, something like this is geared towards making sure the people with a lot of X Joule aren't dumping it.
Exactly.
Right. Well, and that will bring me to the next point of this, is sort of what's happening, what they're doing with the Joule. But before I say that, I do want to mention this very quickly, and I know maybe we'll talk about it later. But immediately after this announcement, Joule jumped 25% almost. So I mean,
right now,
at
time of recording,
even if you're that guy with 25 Joule, you just increased by 25%. I think while I do think long term there's a lot of value here, I think there might be value medium and short term too, because people are excited about this. It's going to have some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, there's a path forward.
Yeah.
No more ambiguity.
Yeah. I'm, if you can't tell, I'm bullish, but, so they kept going. There's a lot more here with the tokenomics. It's not just that Joule change. So, for all intents and purposes, that Joule, quote unquote Joule, is being burned. But instead of being burned, they're converting it into a new power token, which this is what we talked about earlier. They haven't named the new Clayton power token, so they're just using KPT as kind of a stand-in. What's going to happen is basically your jewel or your locked jewel in this scenario is being taken and is being converted into kind of half this KPT, half crystal, and then or half locked, and then half. Oh boy, I'm already botching it. I was worried about the numbers. I told you this.
Just look at the pie.
We're not a numbers pod.
Look at the pieces
We need
of the
gameplay
pie.
to talk about. That's our bag.
I know.
No, but yeah, so 44%, almost half, relatively half, is going to be going to locked crystal. And correct me if I'm wrong here, we'll be following the crystal unlock schedule. And then the other half, or the other 44%, again, some cut out there, will be going to Clayton with this new KPT TBD token. And we'll follow that unlock schedule, which will be theoretically a year out from launch, right?
Yeah. They said that there is going to be a new timeline. They didn't exactly break it down. I mean, if you've looked at any of the documents, most of them are a year, and they break down the epochs and when certain blocks are hit and stuff like that. But they didn't say for sure. But most likely, the KPT is probably another year.
So question there, and not to break you off.
No, it's fine.
Too much. This is the non-whale podcast, but if you're a whale, are you mad right now? Are you pissed?
I mean, you've been waiting a year to potentially sell your locked jewel. It's finally unlocking, and now it's being burned and then converted into a new locked token that's going to be locked for another year.
Right. So they're essentially extending the lock period. But so
are they though? Because we don't know the unlock.
We don't. That's not confirmed. All it was
confirmed
is
assuming what they will do is the KPT unlocking schedule will match the jewel unlocking schedule. That's how I would anticipate based on what
sorry. Jewel or crystal, you mean?
Jewel. So if
you
have locked jewel today, and tomorrow you're going to have locked KPT, and KPT is a new power token that'll have some. Well, so I guess the counterpoint to that though is what's going to happen to the KPT gardens.
That's not. I don't think that's. Well, I was going to get into this a little bit later, but I will mention this now. So there's only 320 million jewel in existence right now. The rest of it was reserved for the Harmony Gardens and the emissions. So now that's stopping completely. And that extra, it's around 110 million tokens, is being converted to liquidity for the KPT. Yeah.
But so I think my point stays true of basically Serendale's still going to be Serendale. So they're going to treat KPT just like it was old.
I have to jump in and disagree with this because, I mean, the jewel unlocking literally starts in like 2 weeks, or well, hypothetically should have. And
but so look at this locked distribution. 12% of it's going to be unlocked day one.
Yes. So a small portion is going to maintain the same jewel unlocking schedule. It looks like, and I'm searching this as you guys are talking, it looks like 105 million jewel. So that's that 5% there.
Yep.
Right, but all right. See, this is where I said numbers are going to throw us off.
Yeah.
I'll bet
the
higher supply,
right? Crystal. That the KPT unlocking system will match the jewel unlocking system.
But starting from like it'll be the exact a year. It'll be another year.
I don't think so, but we'll find out. I don't think we need to go any further down this.
All right, fine.
Move on. What's next?
Yeah.
Guy started swinging and then said, "We don't have to fight."
I placed a friendly wager, and let's move on.
Yeah. I'll just say
you still owe me an egg, by the way.
Yeah, yes, I know. I already hatched as a pet, and it's mine.
All right.
That has to be confirmed. The unlocking schedule will be hopefully will be confirmed by the team. That's something that wasn't. We didn't have hard numbers on that. So, I mentioned that part. The Harmony Gardens. The emissions are going to stop almost immediately, and like within the next. They said they'll warn us, but it's within the next month or two. They're just going to. The Gardens and Harmony are done. All those would-be rewards are going to cease and will eventually become KPT. So also as part of this, they're going to phase out X Crystal in Crystal Vale, as Jewel and X Jewel will sort of take the place of it, and the Jeweler will now exclusively just be Jewel and X Jewel. And Crystal will be more to that day-to-day gameplay token, and not so much the like staking sort of governance of Crystal Vale. Oh yeah, and then the final note, which maybe I could be wrong on this, but they said that the Jewel X Jewel ratio will be different on each realm. So Clayton and Crystal Vale. I thought that was kind of interesting because I thought that was a kind of like universal, that the Jewel X Jewel ratio, just like stayed as it was. But apparently I was wrong on that, and like the different chains will have a different ratio.
Yeah, and Matty, we were talking about this a little bit before, and I kind of changed my stance a little bit on it because potentially, and some speculating here, maybe the location of your X Jewel will kind of define what fees you're getting. So I even as I'm saying that, I'm not sure how much I believe it, but I think the difference in price will be more towards like the arbitrage that we see in like X Jewel right now on Crystal Vale is slightly different from the price of X Jewel on Serendale.
Well, and then another further clarification on that, you can only do that with the trader on Crystal Vale, right? The jeweler,
right
you
now,
can't get that ratio. You can't like stake it. You have to put it in a liquidity pool that the trader is offering, or that the druid is offering, right?
Yeah, so I'd be surprised to see how it works if the jeweler has a different ratio.
Yeah.
In the different realms.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong on this. This is like what I gathered from what the team said, because again, Jewel is filling this new role as this governance token. So I'm very curious on that. It might just be not a big deal, and I'm like overanalyzing it, but I find that kind of interesting. Will the different networks have a different ratio, and why would they if they did?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Oh, great follow up, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
We're gonna move on. So I've been kind of talking about this as if it's a done deal. It is not exactly a done deal. The team at the end of the AMA today said that this is a proposal and that they want the community to vote on it. So anyone who holds X Jewel, and they made a big point about talking about this and about community, and Bolon gave a big speech about how, we love the community and we love you guys. So the question is out there now, and I don't know how you want to vote on it. As a team here, I don't know. Will Bogside
Or are
Chats...
we giving an official...
Yeah, is Bogside Chats going to support this proposal or not, is my question. Wow. I'm opening the floor.
Throwing us on the spot here.
Yeah.
I mean, so they did say that they are incorporating assets on Crystal Vale as well for this vote.
For voting, right? Yeah.
X Crystal and things like that, I believe, in this vote are going to play a part there. C9N, where do you stand on the vote?
Oh man, I'm a follower, man. Like I just want to see this game go. So
yeah, I'm surprised it took you that long. We're all in. Who's voting no here? What happens if a no vote passes? Like, well, guess we're staying on Harmony.
I did write this down in my notes. As far as I can tell, it doesn't look like there's a plan B. So I mean,
if it rejects, there's probably going to be rapid R of.
What now?
Also, you gotta assume Kingdom Studios owns over 51% of the X Jewel.
Well, no, they said that they're not voting.
Well, they said that the team is not voting. So the team who they might hold, I mean, I would assume they hold some X Jewel.
Yeah.
I say that casually. They definitely own probably more than 51%.
They have the most. They have the largest stack of X Jewel.
Yeah, or maybe not 51%, but definitely the highest stack. They will not be voting. It will just be the community, which I think the people want to know how Bogside votes on this.
Yeah, no, we're all in.
Yeah, I'm very bullish on this. Yeah,
I was going to say the same exact thing. In Frisky, I trust. In Dreamer, I trust.
Yeah, but that actually brings up a interesting point that goes back to what I was saying before. Like, if you're a whale, are you happy about this? Like, I don't know. The people holding the X Jewel, what if a lot of them are thinking, no, I'd rather just dump it on everyone now at a fraction of the price. You know?
I mean,
Who
well,
knows?
my only counter to that is that I hope all those early adapters are people who are invested in the game and who are pumped up for it and who are like
Yeah.
all about it. While I'm sure there are a percentage of people that are like, oh, I just want to make some money off this. I
Mhm.
bet. I don't know. I don't know if I bet. Actually, I shouldn't say
That's not
bet,
even.
but yeah,
I shouldn't even put that out into the universe.
I think a lot of them, if not most of them, are people that are into the game and want it to do well and are gonna support this. I think.
Yeah, they would have jumped ship by now, man.
Well, no, but that's the point. It's locked. You know. Oh, well, I guess. All right, locked Jewel isn't factoring
Yeah,
into
there's
voting.
been
It's extra.
controversy
Okay.
on that.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bogside is officially for the vote.
I agree. Bogside is for this proposal. I'll definitely be. So, sorry, quick. Let me throw it out there. When is the date? I think it's
The
next.
30th.
Yeah.
August 30th.
So August 30th, they open up the voting. I'm sure there'll be links. We will definitely shoot it out on our Twitter at least. I think they said it's a 20 or 48 hours to vote. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say. I mean, everyone, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but Bogside Chat supports it. I think this is the right move for the game.
Not voting advice.
Yeah,
No, but that's a good point. The general sentiment seems very bullish on Twitter.
Oh,
At
yeah.
least.
Yeah.
The Discord, I mean, the Discord's always bullish. They can, anything could happen. They're like, yeah, we love it. But Twitter seems to be a little more.
Well, I will shout out the Discord losing their minds over the frog guy and the croaked. Did you see that NPC? Oh
No.
All right,
Go into this.
guy, you got to go to Crystal Vale and go to the new castle.
Oh yeah.
There's like a frog.
Is this the?
There's a frog man. I think this is a second best dad creation because that guy's the man.
He's the dad.
Second best.
Yeah.
In the name.
First best dad here.
Oh, bold. There's a guy. No, I mean the sleeping guy's fun too. But
I thought he was.
Scroll down.
I thought there were bottles next to him. I thought he was drunk.
There's frog guy here on the right.
Oh yes, I saw.
He took over for another.
Action.
Yeah, he took over for an archivist because that archivist croaked. Oh, that's good. That's good shit. I love it. No, I love it so much.
Well, they did it for you.
I know they did. But anyways, talking about the Discord loves that, and they've been memeing this frog guy forever.
Yeah,
forever. Week or whatever.
Before we started talking about a random frog NPC, I was making a point about Twitter. I think it's a little harder to win the Twitter community over than it is the Discord community, but everyone seemed to be generally bullish. Yeah. Everyone seemed to like this idea. The second that they said new token, I was like, oh shit, like nobody's going to like this. Nobody's going to hear this out. They're just going to hear that and be like, fuck this. But
they didn't realize that they were basically, burning.
Yeah, it was a good reception.
Jewel. Yeah,
everything is going to be deflationary now. Like it's good news.
So just a ton of likes, ton of retweets.
Yeah,
there you go.
So
retweets all day.
That's what the audience should do with Bogside Chats. Leave a like, share it, comment.
Wow, great plug.
Yeah,
Jesus,
absolutely.
we're regressing as a podcast.
Spread the name.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Let's do the more exciting stuff now.
What's that?
The giveaway.
Oh, is it time?
I think it's time. I mean, that's all the notes I had. I mean, our kind of the final wrap up was, are we voting for it? And I think the resounding answer is yes.
Yeah. Well, so one more point before we move on to this, and we've kind of said it at multiple times throughout this, but the ambiguity's gone. We have partnerships set up now on the PvP side and on the new Serendale side. We got tailwinds now. No more headwinds. This is all good. Hopefully they could take advantage of it. They can keep building and we can start gaining traction with this game the way that I think we all think it should gain traction.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And maybe in our next podcast, we'll talk about that thread. I'll just give a shout out to well, you know more about Franz. There was
so
a
it's
Wisdom Gaming guy. So if you could explain it,
yeah. So Pervy Sage is
Mhm.
what most of you will know him as. He did change his name because now he
It's
went
like
corporate on
professional
us
now.
and is working at Wisdom Gaming. So I don't think the name Pervy Sage played too well.
Yeah.
But he's a workhorse now, and he put out a thread saying, hey, what do you want to see in PvP? What small thing from another game do you think is impactful but might
Yeah.
easily be overlooked? And like, I just love that. Like,
No, it's
it
cool.
got so much engagement. There's so many good ideas in that thread. We're gonna break that thread down. We'll see maybe about getting him on with us to talk about it.
Oh, that'd be
And
awesome. Do you know
yeah,
him?
it's. I mean, I'll tweet at him. We'll see. No, but it's all good stuff. So we'll definitely be diving into that next week.
Very cool. All right, so let's
Giveaway.
talk about this. We're giving away. So we revealed you guys have some Gen Zeros,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're immediately giving away a summon. This is ridiculous.
Yes, not giving away the Gen Zeros as one commenter thought, and I didn't correct him. I figured let's just let the
Sure.
hype train roll. It's not my job to make sure he understands it. It's Riddick.
Yeah.
Quasi-ethical friends, but keep going.
Yeah.
It's all right. No, so and now guy goes to the
Now
workhorse.
pulls
So
I
it.
tried.
little delayed.
It's fine.
The video's queued up correctly. He's just late.
Yeah.
No, but so we have Twitter Picker here.
Yeah.
The only stipulation that we didn't mention is that we're need a profile picture to try to eliminate bots because there
I
are
think
definitely a
nobody
bunch.
would be
I
mad
went
at that,
through.
I hope,
I went
at least.
through, and there were a bunch. So, yeah, we're gonna do this, and we'll see. Hopefully, it's someone we know, but not someone we know too well because that would be sus.
Yeah,
Like the
ended up
intern?
with 128 entrants.
Yeah,
Is the
did
intern
C9N enter?
in it? Yeah, did C9N enter?
If one of us wins, we will redraw.
All right,
Because
drum
I like
roll,
this thread.
please. 128 entrants with one big winner, who is
Abu
Abdul
Abez.
Abbas.
Wow.
All right, congratulations. I'm not
And
familiar with him. He's
I was
got a
gonna
nice
say,
hero as his
wow.
background.
All right.
329 followers.
Definitely a fan.
Great.
Definitely a DFK or
Abdul Abbas joined February 2018. So this guy's long time.
probably a real person. Yeah, great.
Got into crypto.
That
when it
was like 50% of the giveaway that we needed to make sure that it was a real person.
Yeah, it'd be bad if it was like a 2-follower account joined July of 2022. So congrats. We will be reaching out to you on Twitter. But we're gonna wait until this airs. Probably give it a little suspense. Maybe you'll hear live for yourself.
Very cool.
Great point.
And then, well, whatever. We'll reach out and then talk details with how are you pronouncing it?
Abdul Abbas.
All right, great.
Good.
Great.
All right, so that's all I have. Final thoughts. I know you, Franz, you kind of already did your final thoughts speech, but go around the horn here, guys. Final thoughts, excitement about DFK.
Yeah,
everybody pointed at each other. This happened last time. We all pointed at each other.
I didn't point.
I know. All right.
That's okay. But yeah, I might make Crystal Vale my home. I don't know if I'm gonna play on Clayton or not. Kind of excited to get to parity. Well, I will. I'll dabble, but I think I'm gonna make Crystal Vale my primary home. I'm curious to see how quickly
real estate prices there.
Clayton Power Token and Crystal Power Token get to parity. That'll be interesting to follow in the upcoming weeks. But excited for the future.
Nice. Yeah. I think I'm going to do the opposite of that approach and dive headfirst into Clayton. I think it's going to be super fun. And to Franz's point a little bit earlier, if they have a game like set and ready to go, that hype's not just going to die out. It's going to be fun. That's going to be really cool. The one thing I was a little disappointed we didn't touch on is what we think the power token name is going to be. So I was really hoping you guys had we're going to bring that up.
We did. You stayed silent. We talked about
We
that.
stared at each other for about 6 minutes and no one said anything.
We're waiting for your response. Well, what do you got then? What do you got?
Go for
Tell
it.
us now. Yeah.
Oh man, I had Topaz. That's my final answer.
Okay. I like it.
That. Yeah.
That's good. Does that have like an amberish brownish color? Because that's the color I think it'll be, because Clayton's like that burgundy
Oh.
kind of feel.
It's like an orange oval. If you scroll down
Okay.
to the
That checks
pie
out.
charts, it kind of looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you have it.
We definitely
C9N
talked about that, and you
calling a
definitely
shot.
fell asleep during that section of the.
Oh, for sure. When you talk tokenomics, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna play some DFK.
Awesome.
Franz,
Well,
you got some final thoughts?
Yeah, no, just excited about the idea that this could open up a larger audience for DFK, and yeah, I mean, unless Matty had anything, I think C9N, you could take us out.
Definitely do it. I'm super bullish.
This has been an episode of Bogside Chats. We're talking everything DeFi Kingdoms. Had the whole crew on tonight. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Thanks.
Ship it. That was great.
You guys are animals.